As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line.
Welcome to Running the Red Line. I am your host, Brett, and with me is my... I messed it up. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Andy. How are you doing this week, mate?
You forgot the episode number.
Oh, yeah, what episode is it?
82.
So when do you put the episode number in? I should have really studied this, but I didn't.
Hello and welcome to episode 82 of Running the Red Line.
Yeah. I just wanted to say I'm your host, Brett. That's what I wanted to do. Do you say I am your host, Brett Elesmore, or just I'm your host, Brett?
No, just Brett. Just
Brett. You're like one of those Brazilian footballers with just one name. You don't need a second name.
Like Brett. Madonna or...
The famous Brazilian footballer, Madonna.
I was just talking about that.
Madonna at the back post, she's done it!
Brilliant.
Oh, well. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Running the Red Line, episode 82, I'll have you know. And so how are you this week, my friend?
All right, I think. I've had an interesting week. It's been okay. I did some cleaning out of my roof gully, like I spoke last week about. I was up on a set of ladders, quite high up in the air, getting onto my roof. We had the bottom of the ladders against my dad's pickups wheel, so they couldn't go anywhere, which is nice and safe. And then I went up the ladder with a big long pole with a wire brush and scraper attached to the end, and scraped out all of my gully. But there's no leak now, so that's all good. I'm sorry, there's so many double entendres here. Your big pole, scraping out your gully. That's not really a double entendre, is it? Scraping out your gully. I think it's just big pole, really. But anyway, carry on. I'll try not to be childish. Carry on. Did you get the job done? And hopefully there were no fatalities. Yeah, so got the job done. No fatalities. It was a bit sketchy up there at points because I was trying to reach things with one arm whilst trying to hold on with the other arm, but couldn't quite reach. So it was a case of, do I let go of the one that's holding on, or do I just... So yeah, I think I didn't quite reach the whole of the gully. I haven't reached all the way to the top because I couldn't quite get there, but I've scraped out the bit that was causing a problem, and no leaks since, and we've had some quite bad rain since then, so it's all good.
Have you got a newfound respect for roofers?
Nah.
They're all finished by 2:00. They're all down the pub. They don't even work hard.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Working at heights on and go home. Yeah.
Working at heights is always weird, and it's strange.
Yeah, I can imagine that was a bit sketchy at points. So, what did that abdominal area that you've had surgery on feel a little bit achy the day after? Yeah,
stretching and reaching as far as I possibly could, and then trying to put pressure onto it to scrape it out. Yeah, I probably did do. So I've had a bit of aching down there since, but I don't think it's because of the operation now. I mean, there's still I don't know if I call them tender bits, but when I poke around my stomach, there's still bits which are a little bit sore and stuff. But I think that's because everything's still shifting back to where it should be. But so I don't think it's from that. I think it's because those muscles haven't been used for weeks because I've been looking after it. So now trying to start use them again, they're like, "What is going on? I don't do stuff. I just sit dormant." And so it's all good. It'll be okay.
And have you been doing a lot of walking? Have you been still walking a lot?
Yes. I've still been doing my walking. I didn't manage to do as much this past week because I was a bit busier. But yeah, managed to do a nice bit of walking on Sunday, to and from the race. So that was good to spectate. And then I did quite a bit of walking during the race, trying to get from each vantage point to the next.
There was definitely no running involved, was there? Definitely no running.
No, honest, promise. There was definitely no running. There may have been a slight jog to get from one to the next.
Because that is very different. Yeah.
But no, all good. Yeah, so it's all good. How are you anyway? What have you been up to?
This week we have just been doing the final bits and bobs. Well, no, there's still actually loads of more final bits and bobs to do. But we're going away next Thursday night for a couple of weeks. So that will mean a break in the podcast, so I do apologise. But because I've got my 40th birthday celebration starting from next week, which have already started.
Today, isn't it?
Yeah. So
are you on birthday party 25 at the moment?
Yeah, I started celebrating it in 2018. So yeah, I'm going out on Sunday for a meal with the fam, and for no other reason than the fact that I liked this place. That's where we're going. We're going to Iron Bridge because when I did my, I'm going to start calling it this, by the way. The two running brooms called my River 7-a-thon. They called it my 7 Odyssey. So that's what I'm going to call it. So when I did my 7 Odyssey, I ran through Iron Bridge, and it was one of those places. It's only tiny. It's not even a big place, and I've never been there before. But it's one of those places that I was really excited to visit, and when I got there, it was even better than what I wanted it to be. And all it is a big bridge that goes over a river, and for most people, that's like, really? You like that? But I don't know what it was. I just really liked the place. And the town seems really nice. So I've booked Sunday lunch.
Is it a table in the middle of the bridge?
It's right in the middle of the bridge. Yeah.
Overlooking the river.
It had to be. It has to be, yeah. And I'm going to have a little screen playing the Odyssey in the background. So passers-by can be like, can watch it. So yeah. So yeah, that's another birthday party I've got to look forward to on Sunday. But yeah, I've been buying stuff. We've just come. This is why we're doing the podcast now, because we were going to do it this morning, but we've had to go to the vets because we've got Daisy's last little sign-off thing to get her able to be, so we can take her abroad. So that's sorted. And I was crazy. I was mental last night. I went to a gig last night for the first time in about 19 years. And it was good. It was really good. So I did a wedding not long ago, and one of the brides was a singer in a country band. And her band are quite a big deal. Like, I didn't realise it. They get played on Radio 2 a lot. They did a festival. They played all the big festivals, in the country scene anyway, this summer. And they did a gig in Birmingham last night. So I went to watch her. Nice. And they were really, really good.
Are they country as in country or country as in Taylor Swift?
Well, it is British country pop, I suppose. But it's not proper, Yankee Doodle Dandy on the mandolin sort of thing. That kind of sound. But it's pretty cool. It's toe tapping stuff, and I didn't think that I was a fan of country, and then I hit my mid-30s, and now everything is just like, Yeehaw! I love it. I love a bit of the old. I love a bit of country.
Did you start doing some line dancing, doing some
There was
do-si-dos?
Well, the vibe was a little bit too cool for that. There wasn't any line dancing, but I secretly would have loved, a bit of
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 from Steps. My boot scooting baby is driving me crazy. So, but no, it's good. We went to a venue in Brum called the Hare and Hounds, which is in Kings Heath. It was a good venue, and
Nice.
I was on best behaviour. I had a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh wow, you did that on Sunday as well.
I know. I don't know what it is. I wouldn't say I don't drink anymore, but I don't really drink anymore. I don't know what it is. I think it's twofold. Firstly, it's the feeling of I sound really in my 40s now. I'm a week early. I don't really like being drunk anymore. I think that's what it is. Is that a weird thing to admit? I don't know.
No.
But I don't really like it. I don't know what it is. I used to absolutely love it. But now I'm not so keen. And secondly, I don't like the day after, the feeling of it the day after.
Yeah.
Having said that, I will probably have a beer when I'm on holiday, or 3, especially because I'm doing my half marathon in Bruges, which is like the world epicenter of beer. So I'm going to have to have a couple of 9%ers, and you'll probably see the real Andy that night. But I don't know. Lately, maybe it's because I'm sort of marathon and half marathon training at the moment. I just feel like, if I can have a 0 beer or an actual beer, I'll just have a 0 beer. I mean, I know a lot of people tut and roll their eyes at that, but such as the modern world we live in, I honestly can't tell the difference in a 0 beer anymore and a beer. So I'd just rather have a 0 beer. And it makes me feel like I'm drinking a beer. So
Yeah. You do get to that point where, if you are drinking, you get to the point where you're tipsy and you've had a few drinks and you call it a day. And when you're a bit younger, you went, I've got to that point, I'm going to keep drinking all night. And you keep drinking and then you feel terrible the next day. You don't really enjoy the rest of the evening because you feel a bit crap.
yeah.
But you grow out of that and get to the point where you just want to stop when you feel happy. You reach that I'm pleasantly merry, and then you sort of get to an age where you go, don't know if I can be even bothered to do that. I want to go for a run tomorrow morning.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
If I drink too much, I can't go for that run.
And I don't think I'm a very good drunk. I used to think I was a legend. But when I think back, it's quite cringeworthy, I think, thinking about me being drunk. And every time I get drunk, me and Laura have a row because I'm like, no, come on, let's stay out one more. She's like, chill out, mate, you've had half a pint. And so, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then we'll probably have a row. And it's just like, do you know what? It's just not worth it. And I can't. I've got a proud record in 10 years of knowing Laura. I still have never won an argument, and I don't think I ever will. But I certainly am not going to win one when I've had a few beers. No. So I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm just not.
Is
not
that what you were like?
Booze.
Is that what you were like in Valencia when you went out?
She wasn't there. She couldn't tell me off. That night, I think I had about 5 or 6 beers. I think I was anybody's that night. I was. There was a guy who I don't think he listens to the podcast, but I met quite a few people out, including Neil, who's Run Sensible on YouTube, and some of his lot from his running club from Ireland. I was hanging around with them for a lot. I was out with Henry and some others as well, and Gareth, who I'd also met. But there's a guy who I'd met earlier on in the day called Edwin, who's a guy from Eindhoven in Holland. And he was mad for it as well. I think we both had that feeling that we were like, right, we've been marathon training. We've both run a good marathon today. Let's go and have a few beers. But Valencia was a bit, I wouldn't say it's dodgy, but you can fall down some pretty dark alleyways. Let's just say that. And I was offered a few things on the walk home to my accommodation that weren't just drugs. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
There were some ladies of the night circulating, and you could get up to some seriously up to no good. You can really celebrate your marathon PB in Valencia if you really want to. And I think they're all coming out that night because they know that the English are about, and they know that they can't take a drink, and they'll have 3 Guinness, and they'll think they're Liam Gallagher, and they can make a killing. But yeah, I did have a skinful, to be honest, in after Valencia. But I think sometimes you got to know when to celebrate and also when to stop celebrating. And that's not something I'm not so good at. But Laura's not coming with me for this Valencia either, so could get up some mischief again this year. But yeah. Anyway, how do we start talking about prostitutes? Sorry. Let's move on quickly.
Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about your A and B's.
Yeah, but the reason that we're doing the podcast is early is because I'm out again tonight. I'm watching like a variety show tonight in Cheltenham, and it's like a cross between, well, I don't know, it's a bit of everything. It's like fire breathing acrobats, people doing like basically Vegas-esque stuff, as well as singing and big show numbers and stuff. So we're going to watch that. It's all for Laura's mum's birthday. It's her present. So yeah, we're going to see that tonight. Nice. So looking forward to that. So there might be a knock on the door. Laura said, "I will knock on the door to tell you that we're going," and that's your 5-minute warning. So if you hear a sturdy knock on the door, that's my. I've got to go in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you tell who wears the trousers in our relationship?
Are you all ready to go? So you could just drop everything and go, or have you got to get ready?
Well, she probably wouldn't be too impressed if I went like this because I'm in tracky bottoms and an old t-shirt.
Okay, right.
So I will have to go and get ready. But we're blokes; we can get ready in 3 minutes, can't we?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So that shouldn't be too long.
Yeah. Talking of gigs, I've got a gig this weekend actually. So first gig for a while since I had my op and my tongue done and everything. So yeah, we'll see how the voice holds up, but it should be okay.
Yeah. Imagine if it was this time last week.
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, get any words out. Just been a weird
just
sound.
Everything.
Yeah, just a for every song.
Just screaming your whole way through the gig.
Yeah.
So that'll be good, won't it? Is it a place you played before?
We've never played this place before, but I've been to gigs there. You'll probably know it well. It's a place called the Hot Pole in Bromsgrove.
Yeah.
So
it's a good music pub. That it's always had a good reputation for.
Yeah, it's a weird shaped pub, and where the band set up is strange because there's a big pillar, isn't there, in the
next to the bar? Yeah.
So yeah, that should be interesting. But no, it should be good.
And if you get people who are a bit rowdy, they're literally dancing. What I imagine if you're the front man, 6 inches from you, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's no stage, is there?
Yeah, there's no stage. I think it's raised by about 4 inches off the floor. So,
you need to borrow my Vomeros.
Yeah, make me seem taller.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, talking of them, man, they did feel weird. I tried on a pair of Nike.
Yes, there's video of it. There's a photo here somewhere, but which I'm sure you'll embargo. But after the race last week, Brett came round and I was like, "Come on, you can try on all my shoes," and he did. And so out of the few that you tried on, what were some of your findings? Here he is. You look like Gollum. Gollum in a pair of Vomero pluses. My precious.
The Vomeros, man, they were strange. They were very soft underfoot. There's a lot of shoe there. It's they're not a minimal shoe in any way. Very plush upper, and padding around the side and the back of the heel, and then
They're not built for speed, are they?
no, silly amount of foam and cushioning underneath.
Yeah.
And they haven't got a plate at all, have they? So
No,
it
no.
is just all cushioning, which is
Can you can you see why I think marathon pace or even steady would be a bit of a push?
Oh yeah,
Like
that
on
they
on
would
a long
just
run.
be for slow plodding recovery runs, definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll be perfect for that because of the comfort in them. Just about getting your body moving in it for those recovery runs. So
Yeah, and they do seem to look after your feet nicely. And yeah, the runs I've taken them on, I've felt like they've really looked after my body really. So, for example, wore them for a recovery run the day after the race. So this Monday just gone, and I finished that run feeling not recovered, but I felt that I finished that run feeling pretty good. So
yeah, because
so
they
they
are
felt good.
basically the newer version of the Invincible that was before, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because they don't make the Invincible anymore. The Vomero Plus are basically the Invincible, aren't they? But
They're nowhere near as nimble. No.
yeah, I've heard in the past though that the Invincibles could be quite unstable, and people were saying that on uneven ground and stuff they could very easily roll their ankle. Whereas the
Hmm.
Vomero Plus, they're such a wide outsole and base. I think they'll be quite stable.
I don't know if I told you. I don't know if we were doing the podcast at this time, but do you remember when? Well, basically, going back about 2 years now, I ran Race to the Stones, but the 50k one.
Yeah,
And the day before it, on the Saturday, because I ran on the Sunday, on the Saturday, because you can do 50k either day, I did Parkrun, but Laura was in training for something, maybe the Great North Run. And we were running together, and I was trying to coach her, saying, come on, do this, do that. And she told me to, sling me hook. So we had a row mid Parkrun. And so I ran off. And I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to overtake someone or something like that. And I wasn't concentrating. And I went, it's only at Pitchcroft. And I don't know how I'd manage this at Pitchcroft. But I proper fell over, like barrel rolled at Pitchcroft. And fell off the edge of the path and proper rolled my ankle in there. And I was wearing those Invincibles that day. And so, yeah, I can second that. They weren't the most stable of shoes. But that probably served me right, really.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. And then I also tried on your Terex Speed Ultras.
Yeah.
And man, they are bizarre, aren't they? The banana sole that's on them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember me saying, but like when you stand up in them, normally super shoes or what we'd kind of, what we've come to kind of, what feels normal now with super shoes is they almost tilt you forwards. They feel like they want to push you forwards. These tilt you back, don't they? Onto your heel, which is a bizarre feeling to walk in and to stand still in.
Yeah, because a lot of shoes now they have a very flat mid foot to rear foot, and the front is curved to make that rocker make you want to go forward. But those have got a rocker from the front. The mid foot is flat, and then they curve up again at the back, don't they? So it's like a weird,
Yeah.
banana shape under your foot.
Yeah.
But I guess they're designed like that to encourage you to land midfoot, so it's a bit more stable when you're putting your foot down on those rocky, uneven surfaces that you get on a trail.
Yeah. I'm really, really excited to run an ultra in them. Believe it or not, the drop is 8 mil.
From rear to
Yeah.
wow, okay,
But the shape of the rocker
yeah,
is like a pirate ship, isn't it? It's like a banana.
yeah.
So it like proper tilts you back, which is ever so strange. But yeah, it says here, I'm just looking on Start Fitness, 8 mil drop. So
Wow.
but I am really excited to run an ultra in them just to see if they will give me something in those hard times.
Yeah, because the Light Strike
Yeah.
Pro, when I was having a look at them, that it feels very much like the Light Strike Pro formula of the Pro 3 and not the new super soft
Yeah.
formula that's in the Pro 4. So yeah, it's the more resilient Light Strike Pro foam rather
bit
than
firmer.
the soft stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've worn them a couple of times now. I've worn them on the fields for an easy run. Worn them on the Malverns, obviously for a hilly run. So some of it I was walking, some of it I was running hard downhill. But where I feel like they're at their best is gravelly and rocky trails that are not that are runnable.
Yeah.
But, so somewhere like the Wire Forest or Mallard's Pike or, something like that, where you can run and not worry too much about where you're planting your feet. Because they're not, I wouldn't say they're mountain ultra shoes, like for climbing, scaling, massive hills and mountains in the Lake District or whatever. But these things feel really, really good when you're just getting into your stride. And I was able to run 5K pace in them.
They were developed by what's his name, weren't they? Tom Scott
Evans, isn't it?
Tom Evans, that's it. Tom Evans, who was an Adidas runner when they developed them for running things like UTMB. So that's obviously their main use, isn't it? That style of running. So do you reckon they'll be quite good when you go up to the Malverns and stuff?
Well, I've already worn them on a Malverns run, and they felt really, really good. So I can't see them. I can't see them being a bad shoe, but I should, I think I paid about 155 quid for them in the end, 150 quid, which is a lot of money for trail shoes for me, because normally when you spend for me anyway, when I spend my most money on a shoe, it's normally a top end shoe that's like a performance race day shoe. So spending 150 odd quid on a trail shoe is quite excessive for someone that doesn't run a hell of a lot of trails. But I'm thinking that when I do my my ultras and stuff, they'll really be a good purchase. And again, I've got them in that lucid lemon colour. Well, they're actually the lucid lemon core black dash grey colourway. And on screen, I thought, go on, I'll get the cheaper colourway. But when you hold them, when you get them, I really quite like that lucid lemon colour. I think it looks really quite cool. Yeah. So, because it was either that or the white with the orange, and I don't really wear a lot of orange, and it would sort of clash with all the reds and the pinks that I wear. But I realise that I sound so ridiculous by saying that, but it's true.
Oh yeah, so, damn right. Yeah, you do think about what you're wearing. Yeah.
But the lucid lemon, I think, will go with most things that I wear, which is absolutely ridiculous when I'm walking, having, doing a blooming ultra marathon and stuff. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing, mate. You'll look stupid anyway. But it's all about feeling good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, when you go out for a run, you normally get dressed in the dark, don't you?
Well, I know. Yeah.
The things that you wear.
Yeah.
Talking of those trail shoes, do you think that, because I know we chatted about this the other week, but do you think you'll go for them for the first cross-country race, or are you going to go for spikes?
I can see myself going for the spikes, to be honest, because I was chatting to Lee Neal when we were doing the race last week, and he was talking about cross-country, and he's mad for it. He can't wait to get cracking, and he was really getting me excited for it as well. And I just think I'll run better if I really feel like I've dived headfirst into it, which I might end up doing down that first hill in Pittville Park, or wherever it is. But I think I'll want to wear the spikes, but I think I will have to do. Maybe you wouldn't mind coming, I don't know, but I was thinking about maybe doing like a little training 5K or something, with spikes on, just to see how they feel around some of the fields and I don't know, Stitch Meadow or something, or in Arrow Valley or something. But yeah, I was thinking I might take them for a couple of test runs first. So the first time I wear them isn't on cross country day. But he makes it sound like it's such a such an epic day. So I think I'm going to go with the spikes.
If you fancy coming over to Redditch, we can go and run part of the Redditch Ipsley cross country course, because I've had a look on our schedule for this year, and race 4 in Division 1. I know you're not in Division 1, but we're back at Ipsley in Redditch. We didn't do it last year, but yeah, we're hosting one of the races. So race 4,
cool.
we're going to be at Ipsley, which is cool. So
Right.
we can go and run part of that course, and you can come and see what it's like and test out the spikes at the same time.
Yeah, sounds good. Maybe we could do a call to action, and we can get anyone else that's going in for a new cross country season, especially anyone that's never done it. Maybe we can say where we're going to be and when we're going to be there, and we'll see if anyone wants to come join us.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
So should we, around October, November time. Yeah.
But talking of spikes, I am very tempted to buy a new pair. I don't need any new pairs. I've got a couple of pairs of spikes for cross country already, but I'm very tempted because Adidas have just recently I saw them come up on the Adidas app about a month or so ago, and they've just made a cross country specific version of the Avanti track spike. So the new Avanti. So they used to have the Avanti TYO, which was the ones that had rods in them. So I've got a pair of them for the track, and I also bought a pair for cross country when it wasn't so muddy. And then I've got my cross country specific spikes. But the newer version of the Avanti has got a plate rather than the rods, and they've made a cross country specific version of those. So I'm very tempted to get a pair for this year. Not that I'm going to be running fast this year, but I just like the idea of them. They look really good.
What colour? What colourway?
They've got a greeny blue colourway. But I've just seen as well that Start Fitness have started stocking them as well, and they've got a second colourway. There's only one colourway on the Adidas website.
Avanti spikes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them now on what's it called on Start Fitness.
Are they like a turquoise?
So they're like a bluey sort of greeny sort of colour.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a yellow version as well.
Is there a lucid lemon one?
Yeah, so that's the one colourway.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the turquoise ones.
Yeah.
They look badass, man. They look nice.
And then the other ones I think look even better.
Yeah, that's the lucid lemon colour.
Yeah.
That looks really nice, that looks really, and are they navy blue stripes or black?
No, they're black.
Are they?
Yeah, but what's cool is the spike plate underneath for cross country. They've got lugs on the plate as well, so you've got a bit more grip on the forefoot. And then what's quite cool is, do you know on the Pro 4 how it's got you lift up the little pull tab at the back, and it's got different words on different colorways and stuff.
Yeah.
On these, because they're cross country, they say what goes up must come down.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's
which
pretty
is
cool.
wicked. So
who on earth, by the way, would buy white cross country spikes?
Me.
Have you got some?
I did. The first pair of cross country spikes I bought were bright white.
Because there's some here. The Avanti running spikes in white. I mean, they do look pretty cool, to be honest. But it's like if you played Sunday League football in a pair of white boots, you just get nobbled. You just get absolutely. You must have. You must be turning up thinking, yeah, I'm the boy if I'm wearing white. But there is something in that. I don't know what it is about white shoes on race day that make you feel good. I don't know what it is. I think Merv, who's my club mate from Worcester, I think he's got the white stripes on white Pro 4.
Nice. All white.
Adidas Pro 4. And he wore his Pro 4s for a run around Warsaw Arboretum for the first time. I think he ran sub 18. He got like a 40-second PB or something like that. And then he did his 127 half in them as well. So he says it's definitely the colour. It's nothing to do with the shoes.
Yeah. Those were my first cross-country spikes.
Oh, come on. They're pretty cool. Gold on white.
Yeah, they were the Tin
Gold
Man Elite
stripes.
colourway.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool, to be honest. I don't mind that at all.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they got destroyed in the first run I did in them. They were then brown.
So do you think 120 quid on cross country spikes is not a good price, but that's
No,
a good investment? Or
well, the last pair of cross country spikes I bought were the Adidas XCS, and I paid 35 quid.
how much?
35. They should have
Really?
been 65, but they were in the sale.
Yeah.
So full price they were 65. So yeah, 120 for cross country spikes is double what you can get other types of cross country spikes for.
Well, I've just looked on on Pro Direct, and I might do a steward's inquiry here because Laura bought me some cross country spikes for my birthday last year,
Yeah.
or Christmas. And I thought, oh wow, really? 28 quid. I'm livid.
Yeah, but they are a year old now because you've never used them.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. They do go up to 87. Oh, no, though. No one's going to pay 87 quid on that website, are they? But the ones I've got are called the Nike Rival XC6. So I don't know if you've seen them, but they're crazy colorways. They've got pink, luminous.
And it's got like a black toe like section that's got white writing on, hasn't it?
It almost looks like newspaper on the big toe. Yeah. So, but I am, in all seriousness, I am looking forward to wearing them. I think they'll be. And I didn't realise this, but some people were talking about this on the at club the other day. That Worcester have got like an official black socks, black shorts. Not official, but that's like the kit. But no one will ever. No one ever would tell you to wear that. But apparently, years and years ago, they used to have shorts and socks for sale, and it would always be the yellow canary yellow top with a plain black, and then, or maybe that's what they would want everybody to wear. I'm not sure.
Because your club colours is yellow, but with black and red on it, isn't it? So it's the black from that they've then took through to the thing. Yeah. See, I'm thinking of buying a pair of blue shorts for this year.
Oh yeah.
So I've got my B&R red with blue stripes, and then have blue shorts with it, because I used to always wear black shorts, but I quite fancy having blue shorts.
Because the oh, by the way, what shorts are you wearing for cross country? Are you going short? The short or the better?
Oh,
is it like race day?
I always wear split shorts, but some people wear half tights, some people wear longer shorts. It's completely up to you. But I just prefer running in split shorts to any other type of shorts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I think when I turn up that day, I'll be like, I don't know. It's probably going to take me a few cross countries, like it does with most races, to work out what it's all about first of all.
Yeah.
And then what to wear and what fits well and what doesn't fit well.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about spike length, and I've got it with the shoes that I've got 2 different lengths of spikes.
Yeah.
And a guy at club the other day said, "Oh, have you got 12mm spikes?" I said, "Don't know."
Yeah.
Because that 12mm spike sounds quite big.
Yeah. So for the track, you have 6mm for the track.
Yeah.
And then for cross country, you can either have 6mm, 9mm, 12mm, or 15mm.
15.
Yeah. And that's for when it's really muddy and boggy.
And you could, because Lee was telling me as well, we were saying during our race, we were like, "Oh, it feels great, doesn't it? When we're just, we're running half marathon effort, and we're talking. I think it's really good." Fast forward about 2 miles, we didn't say another word to each other. And then I think Lee turned around and said, maybe we should just stop talking to each other and make it easier on ourselves. But we were talking about cross country about the first 5 miles of the race. And he was saying that you can just go on Amazon or eBay or something. You can just get like a one size fits all, or like a universal spike kit for your shoes.
Well,
You don't have
you
to
should
get Nike or Adidas or
no, no. You
Spike.
should
No.
have got with your shoes a spike key. So a bit like a
Yes.
football boot, you've got a key for the studs. You should have
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
key with yours for the spikes, and then you can all spikes are universal. So you can just
Yeah.
buy the cheap spikes if you want, or you can buy whatever brand you want because the thread on them is universal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
I think Start Fitness sell a couple of different brands which are quite good and not that expensive. They're quite
right.
cheap. So yeah.
Another housekeeping question. Once you're in marathon training, you do a cross country race, which is somewhere in the region of 10k, maybe more, 12k, whatever it is. How do you do your Sunday long run after? You must be absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Cross country's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So you've got that race on a Saturday, and then on the Sunday, I just take my long run easy rather than trying to push any pace in it or anything because you need to recover from that race because it's not just a 10k race, it's a 10k race through mud and all sorts and up and down hills or through streams. It's not just a 10k race. It's quite batters up your body.
I mean, this is rich me saying this now, but I think I'm going to have 2 goals that day. Finish it and don't walk. Try not to walk.
Yeah.
And I think I can hopefully do those things by not going out too fast, which I imagine everybody does at cross country.
Oh yeah, everyone flies off the start line.
Yeah.
But you not that you want to fly off the start line, but you want to get off at a good pace so you don't get caught in the pack, especially at where we are for the first race, because you've set off and you go down this straight down the middle of the like the park, but there's one bit where there's a big like electrical box in the middle. There's one bit where there's a what you call it, a going down into the sewer, what they're called, manhole cover, and all sorts. So you need to avoid those. So if you haven't got a good sight in front of you, it could be very easy to run into them, first of all. And secondly, as soon as you get to the end of that straight, you turn left and go straight through the stream, which is all rocky and everything. And to get down into the stream, there's a drop of about 2 foot. So you've got to jump down that drop and then get up the bank the other side. Yeah. And if you haven't got a clear sight of where you're going, you don't know where you're going to land. And it's quite horrible. So you want to make sure you've got a good sighting around you.
Yeah, okay. And I guess you don't want to get spiked either. So you don't want to
that's the other thing,
get too close to the person in front of you or anyone that's around you. But yeah, I am genuinely quite excited about it because obviously I really wanted to do it last year, but I just felt like the club I was in last year just didn't want me to do it. But this year, everyone's already talking about it at club already at Worcester AC, and everyone's like, it just seems like it's the most exciting and important thing on the calendar for so many people at club. So
it's also what's called this weekend on Saturday, the road relays, which I'm gutted I won't be doing again this year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's annoying, but yeah, that's this weekend. It's the 6 stage this weekend, so everybody runs the same length of distance for their leg, and each team has got 6 runners. Because earlier in the year, at the start of the year, it's the 12 stage where you have 6 runners who run the short course and 6 runners who run the long course. So they have a long leg and a short leg, and the short leg is about 5.6k, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the long leg is just under 10k, I think.
Right.
But this year they had to change it. Everybody had to do the short leg because of stuff that was going on with the course at Sutton Park. But normally the 12 stage is 6 long legs, 6 short legs. But now this one in the autumn is the 6 stage where everybody does short legs. So it's basically all out. 6 people, one after the other, running as fast as they can for 5.6k.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'd be good. Glad. I'll be excited to hear how everybody gets on in
Yeah,
that race. I wonder
and
if the Q boys will be doing that. They're always
pro-
there, aren't they?
probably, yeah. I think Ryan's doing it as well for Kenilworth.
Yeah.
But it's the area ones first. So this weekend, and then a couple of weekends time, it'll be the nationals.
Right.
So they have North, Midlands, and South, and they all do their area ones, and then the top teams from each area come together at Sutton Park for the nationals in a few weeks' time.
Right. Ah, exciting. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. So
Well,
you need to get into that next year, definitely.
yeah. I don't know if I'll make the team because there's quite a lot more faster runners in the club than I am.
Yeah, but
um,
clubs normally put more than one team in.
yeah.
So
Okay.
don't worry
Yeah.
about not being fast enough. There's always a team for you to be in.
Well, there was a chat at club the other night about a breakdown in communication because there's been a new captain, and the reins have been handed over this summer, and apparently nothing's been organised. And this was like Tuesday, and people were like, "I don't know who's in the team. I don't know who's, I don't know if I'm running or not." Basically, so well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know if I'm anywhere near fast enough to get in one of those. I'll probably have to be in like the E team or something. Because I imagine to be in like the A team, you'd need to be running a 5K in like 17.
Not necessarily. It all depends on all the other runners within your club and who's willing to go and do the race. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it doesn't matter what team you're in, whether you're in the A team, the B team, the C team, or whatever. Everybody sets off at the same time. So
Yeah.
everyone's racing together.
Yeah. Yeah. It does sound fun. It does sound. It sounds brutal because I imagine you push yourself even harder.
Yep, because you don't want to let your team down. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's is it Sutton Park?
Yeah, it's at Sutton Park, and the great thing about that Sutton Park course is you hit about 5K and you're coming downhill out of the woods.
Yeah.
And then you turn right at the bottom of the woods and it's uphill to the finish. And that last finish straight it's tough because you're still trying to go as fast as you can to finish off the 5K with your sprint, but it's all uphill to the finish.
So even though they call it the road relays, it's basically on Parkland.
It's on paths. It's tarmac path. So it's road relays because it's on tarmac rather than on grass or whatever. But like the north and the south ones, they're on bits of road and stuff as well. So I think they do the nationals at Sutton Park because it's all off road. So there's no road closures or having to traffic manage or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Well, can I just quickly and abruptly change the subject to something I'm about to forget, but I just want to throw this in here. I bought these off Amazon the other day, and I've used them a couple of times, and I must say, I totally get why people use them. Nippies.
Nipple plasters.
I've been suffering quite badly the last few runs I've done with bleeding nips. It's just not very pleasant.
But the thing is,
you don't realise it until you're finished.
Yeah. Once you've taken the top off once, that's it. They're so fragile, they'll go all the time.
Yeah.
So mine
what's
go
seeming to happen.
Mine go loads. As soon as a bit of rain appears and you get a slightly damp t-shirt, because that movement of the fabric across, instantly.
Well, I was wearing my Worcester vest last week, and I don't know if it's because of that vest that's like the fabric or something like that, but it didn't even rain last week and it still happened to me. So but anyway, I've used, fair enough, I haven't run particularly long or hard since wearing these, but I've put them on a couple of times and pretty good. However, I'm not enjoying, I'm not exactly Sean Connery, but I've got a couple of I've got a couple of hairs around the old areolas. And when you have to rip that off, not the most pleasant feeling in the world.
No.
And
I like the fact though that you've gone for expensive, specific nipple plasters, because I just go for the cheapest route, and I either use some microporous tape and just rip a bit of that off and stick it on, or
Yeah.
I get cheap plasters that are round circles.
Yeah, I mean,
The
maybe
little
I have
tiny
been,
ones.
because I paid about £8 for these,
Yeah,
£10 off Amazon,
yeah.
and
There's
62 pairs. Yeah,
I paid £1 for a roll of microporous tape.
I mean that's pretty good, isn't it? That's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
But
doesn't look as nice, but does the job.
yeah, well, these things so far have been good. So I'll find out what they're like on actual race day, and I'll
How
definitely
big
wear
are
them
they?
on race day.
How big are they? How much?
What, my
do they
nipples or
cover?
the? I'll show you.
They're like dinner plates.
You know, a Big Mac. Yeah. They're quite small actually. So they're these ones I've got. Yeah, they're. I don't want to waste one. That's how tight I am. But they're. I don't know if you can see, if you get the idea, but they're like.
Oh yeah. So
Just
they
a
are
little bit bigger than your thumbprint, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And are they sticky all the way across, or have they got any of the padding like a plaster normally has?
Oh no, they are. They've got the middle bit isn't. Oh no, the middle bit is sticky. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a sticker all the way across.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So
nice.
people have said get some nippies. So I thought, yeah, go on. I'll just bite the bullet and get some. So I've got some.
Nice. Yeah. And I like the fact that they're sort of skin coloured plaster colour, aren't they?
Well, no, because that's the bit that you rip off.
Oh, what colour are they when they're on?
Completely transparent, translucent.
Okay. I see.
That brown bit is the pulled bit.
I see.
That you administer it with.
Yeah.
And then you rip that off and chuck it in the bin.
Because the last plasters I had for my nipples had minions on them.
Were they like your niece or something? Were they like proper like
kids
ones?
I found them in a shop really cheap. They were like about 30p for a pack of these round plasters, and I was like, they'll be perfect for my nipples. So I just grabbed them.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually much cool. That's much more fun than the ones I've got. But anyway, yeah. So before we start talking about my burger nipples anymore, let's move on.
Right. So, first of all, coming up this weekend is Berlin Marathon, the next of the majors. So that should be a good one to watch. I don't know whether it's being televised or streamed anywhere. Do you know if it is?
Well, last year I think it was on. I think it was on Eurosport, maybe. So if you've got that, I'll just put Berlin Marathon UK TV. Let's see if it's on. It's live on RTL, which I think is a German channel. Mm-hmm. And it looks like that's it. It says it can be followed on YouTube. No, I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Sydney was supposed to be streamed live on the Sydney Marathon YouTube channel, but it didn't actually start the stream. So that was helpful. So I don't know whether Berlin are possibly doing the same on their channel.
Maybe. Yeah. But I think, is it Sebastian Sawe running it?
Yes. And he's the one...
Currently the fastest man in the world, isn't he?
The fastest man this year, I think, yeah. But he's the one who has recently told the athletics integrity unit to come and test me for drugs whenever you like, to prove that I am not doping, and I'm going to go and win the race, basically.
Yeah, fair play.
Which I think's brilliant. Yeah.
Well, I think he's got a 2-0. 2-2 really. I think he's done 2 races, and I think he's won them both, hasn't he? Is that right? 2 marathons.
Um,
He's won Valencia, and I
yeah,
think he won London. Did he
he
win
won
London?
London as well. Yeah, I think he won London.
So that's pretty good to have won both races that you entered.
So yeah, should be good. I don't know any of the others, the elites that are running. I haven't really looked at the start list for Berlin. I just know that it's coming up.
Yeah. Well, we know a couple of I know Henry from here, Henry and Aveen. If you are listening, very very best of luck. /
best of luck.
I hope it went well. They're running it.
Yeah.
Do you know any club mates that are doing it, or anybody you know?
I don't know of any club mates. I know Richard Harper is going over to run it. So hopefully he has a good run. But other than that, I'm not sure we know of many people that are going over to this one.
It seems like there's a few. Well, as always with the majors, there's a few people of social standing that are doing it. So I know Cole Gibbons is down to do it. He had a bit of a question mark on whether he's going to do it, but it looks like he's.
Yeah, I think he's going to not jog it as such, but he's not going all out to try and run as fast as he can because he's been having some GI issues and stomach issues from taking on gels and stuff like that. So
he's gonna have to perform so well to beat his London time, isn't he? Didn't he do 2:16?
2:16, yeah.
I mean, that was his first marathon as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, first ever marathon, comes second out of all of the non-elites, runs 2:16. So I wouldn't be surprised if part of his issues are some of the pressure that he's feeling. Not that he should have any pressure on his shoulders because he's not an elite, but having a lot of eyes on him since London, because I wouldn't be surprised if he's gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers since London and his amazing result. I can't see how that wouldn't put a bit of pressure onto him to perform well. And he wasn't actually going for Berlin. He was aiming towards Valencia. And then Adidas, through Start Fitness, offered him a Berlin place and he took it. So it's that added pressure of another race, another marathon this year when really he was just aiming for the 2. So I don't know how much that's played on his mind.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he can get round well.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And I'm sure he'll be wearing all the latest Adidas kit, won't he?
Oh yes, yeah.
And what a dream that would be. For someone on this podcast. Yeah,
definitely. But I hope he runs well. But I don't think he's going all out for it this weekend. But
it's it looks like it's going to be a hot one, doesn't it? From all accounts, it looks like it's going to be 23, 24 by the time people are coming over the finish line at I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever time they'll be finishing. Yeah. So I've got a feeling it's an early start. I think it's about 7:15, 7:30 local time start.
Okay. Right.
So that will suit a lot of people, especially in the warm weather. Not everyone likes an early start, because some people like to have their breakfast and have get a bit of sleep. But because on a major marathon, you've got to factor travel time and congregation time and all that sort of stuff. So it's probably a 4:30, 5 o'clock wake up, isn't it, to do Berlin? So maybe that all goes out the window if it's going to be a hot day. And no one ever sleeps well the night before a marathon anyway. So sometimes it's better to just get over and done with, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But so that is this weekend. But going back to last weekend, we had Stratford half and 10K. I don't know if we know anybody who did those other than I think Hayley from Rayleigh's Adventures did the 10K.
Yeah, I think she did. We'll have to look out for a video. Maybe she did a video. I'm not sure.
Yes. And then there was also Copenhagen half.
Yes.
where a few people were over there. I know that Sam from Light It Up was
Yeah.
running that one,
Yeah.
and he had to deal with a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, Sam, thunderstorm. Um, and yeah, he's put out his video from that where he was running through the rain for most of it, and but he managed to finish and within his targets. So yeah, he had a good run.
I think he did 137 ish.
Yes, yeah, he did
137. Yeah.
137. Yeah, and
Yeah. Yeah.
his
Yeah.
A target was 135, B target was 140.
Mm.
And then his C target was just to finish because he weren't sure at the start because he'd got a bit of a knee issue and he weren't
Mm.
sure whether he was going to even be able to finish. So he was quite happy to get the result he did. But it looks like a really good event, even in that horrible rain. It looks like
Yeah.
a pretty good event, to be honest.
Yeah.
And apparently the Copenhagen Marathon is incredible as well. So I can see the whole event being a great place to go and run.
There's someone else who did Copenhagen as well.
There is Miss. I'm always breaking my half PB. Yeah.
The streak continues.
Yes.
I wrote that on her thing. I was like, how on earth are you doing this? I don't think she's ever run a half marathon slower than the one previous.
Yeah. It's mental.
I.e., every one she's ever done, she's got a PB.
Yes. And that
considering
is
she ran,
Chloe
what,
Hammard,
88?
for anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah, so this time last year we had Chloe on the podcast who was in training for Valencia Half as she is this year and did Copenhagen on a whim, kind of like, yeah, go on, we'll do it as a training run. She did 88, I think, back then, which was 12 months ago. This year, I don't know her exact time, but I'm pretty sure it was 81.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. She's literally almost as fast as you now.
Mm-hmm.
That's mad progress. And I keep saying this. You are Ben's like model student. She is doing Ben's coaching, no harm at all.
Very true. Yeah.
So her other half, Ben McIntosh, is one hell of a runner as well.
Yeah.
He's Chloe's coach, and she's just knocking these times out of the park. And there's even a suggestion in her training that she might be looking at something further than a half marathon, maybe in 2026 or beyond, because she's put together a few 30k runs and 25, and so she's doing the 20 milers, and I wonder if maybe she's thinking of. She's well within a sub 3, isn't she?
Oh,
she's well within a sub 3. So if she does, I'm sure whatever race she chooses.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's maybe thinking of, this is the rumour mill at its best, but I wonder if she's maybe thinking of a Valencia 2026. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I was just thinking, actually. Hang on,
because you know Chloe. She's not going to go for Newport, is she?
Oh,
she's
no.
Not gonna, she's. It's going to have palm trees and it's going to be exotic, and there's got to be somewhere with some European allure. She ain't going to be doing the Boston Lincolnshire half, is she?
No.
Marathon, no.
I am just looking. She could just go for London because she's under the championship qualifying time
for a half marathon.
Yeah,
you can qualify.
So yeah, if you run, so for the championship start, you have to be over a marathon distance, sub 2:38 for a man, or sub 3:10 over the marathon distance for women.
Yeah.
But you can get a championship start entry on a half marathon time, and for men that's sub 1:11:30, so sub 71:30. But for women it's sub 1:26, so sub 86. So she's well within the London Marathon Championship qualifying times.
This is a big question. Do you think that's fair?
What's that?
To qualify for London Marathon having run a half marathon quite fast?
It's a tough question, isn't it?
Do you think that is fair? Because it could be someone's first ever half marathon who's never run a marathon before.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you think you should have to at least run a marathon to qualify for a marathon?
yes and no. Because yes, to be able to really appreciate the marathon distance, it would be good to run one. But no at the same time, because if you look at Cole, his first ever marathon and he runs 2:16. So yes and no.
Yeah.
Because if you are running a 71.5 half marathon, then you are a very good runner. But a half distance is very different to a marathon.
So it's sub 2:38 to get a championship start?
Yeah.
I suppose it does play into the hands of people that are really going, like KQ, for example. I remember him saying he really wanted that championship time.
Yeah.
And if you just miss out on it, if you do the training and you're in shape, but the race doesn't go the way you want it, you've then got another shot. You don't have to wait another year or 6 months.
Yeah.
You can at least have a
try
go
and
at a good
chase
half
that
marathon.
half time. Yeah.
And yeah. So in that respect, it is fair. Yeah.
But at the same time, how many people do you know that run a really good half marathon and then they step up to the marathon distance and do terribly because it's a completely different beast?
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah.
So it's a tough question, isn't it? Whether a half distance should count.
Yeah, very tough question. Yeah. So Copenhagen last week sounded like a good one. That's part of the super halves, isn't it? So we say every week. Would you like to do the super half challenge? Do you think you'd like to have a go at them one day?
Yeah, one day. Yeah, but it's trying to get into them, isn't it? It's hard to get into them, just the same as all these big major marathons.
I think they've scrapped the 5 or 6 year rule where you have to do them all in 5 years because of that.
Good. I was going to say that's good. Yeah.
But I think there are some quite cool places. And I know you're a fan of AI, so you'll love this. I was on ChatGPT the other day and I was asking it. I don't know why, but I always say, I'm always quite courteous when I speak to AI.
Well, you want to be. You've seen Terminator, haven't you?
Well, yeah. Apparently, if you're rude to it, it can. Yeah, it might remember that one day.
When the takeover comes, they'll know the people who were polite and who weren't.
Yeah, exactly. But I said, can you tell me the best European half marathons or the flattest? I think, and top. Okay, apart from Valencia and Copenhagen, was Lisbon. That kept coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was one that kept coming up, and there was a couple of others. And then I said, well, because I was like, what are the cheapest to get into, or the easiest to get into? And one that came up was called Alveiro. It's in Portugal or something. I'm sure it's called Alveiro, and it looks really good. It's just south of Porto, and they do a marathon and half marathon on the same day. It's called the Maratona de Europa, and it's in Alveiro. It's called, and it's every year around about this time of year. No, it's not. It's in spring, April the 26th. And they do a half marathon and a marathon. And it looks fairly flat. It looks quite good. But that's relatively cheapish to get into, I think. So I think we're talking around about €50, €40 to get in. I could be completely wrong, though. I could be speculating there. But,
right, keep telling us about this. I'm just going to run to the loo. So keep talking. I am listening. But
okay, all right. Hopefully he's left his mic on and we can listen to him go for a number 2. That he's promised us it was a number 1. But anyway, there's a I do quite fancy. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you what it is, right? I did the Great North Run the other day, and before I even put my video up, there were about 50 videos from people that have done the Great North Run. And that got me thinking, I think a lot of people are choosing these big races, taking the I'm not having a go at anyone that's filmed the Great North Run because I'm the biggest culprit of anybody because I film all my races. But how cool would it be to go to a relatively unknown big race and film that? Because sometimes you can do a race as a content creator and think, wow, this is a banker for 10,000 views, and you get none. Because if you put it out late, people are sick of Great North Run videos, for example. That's exactly what's happened to me. Every year I've done it, I've got less and less views on it. So imagine if you got into the Tallinn half marathon in Estonia, and for the title you could call it A Brilliant Race, I'm telling you. Or I can't really think of any other jokes. But you could do the Riga half marathon. That's in Latvia. That could be good. These more obscure places that require a bit of travel. Do you know what I mean? Because you had the same thing with London, didn't you?
Yeah. I put my video out really late, and then loads of videos were getting stupid amounts of views, and then mine didn't really take off the same. Yeah.
So you have to get your video out within like the same day sometimes.
Yeah.
If you want to get views, because I do think that culture exists where people get bored by a certain video. Have seen the whole race, so nothing will surprise them in a video that they've seen.
Yeah. But I'm no one to talk about videos coming out in time. I'm what am I? Hang on, 11 months behind on my latest video.
Yeah. With the Kingfisher 10K, that was quite trippy as well. Some of the camera work on that, with the background jumping up and down. I quite enjoyed that.
My camera had a right nightmare on that race. Yeah, it's lucky that we had the other two cameras. Yeah,
that's because of your pacing. That was even your ultra stabilized camera couldn't handle the pace. We're going to go for a sub 42. Ended up getting sub 41. But so let's move it along because we're already at 1:11, aren't we?
Yes. So, next thing is last weekend. So we.
Hang on. Before we go on to that, I know I'm going to forget this. I've got to get this in.
Oh yes, Ryan. Yeah,
I've got to get a shout out in because he's done it multiple times, and we always go, yeah, we'll shout you out, and then we just don't.
That's because we're useless.
We end up talking about my big nipples.
Or
prostitutes. Yeah. But Ryan Close, who is the official sponsor of our eyewear.
Sorry, just to go back, is that why you always have two double cheese?
Two double cheeses, yeah. To try and hide them.
To replicate. Yeah. It's a cover.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Ryan Close has written in and he's asked if we can give him a motivational shout out because he'll be listening to us come Sunday morning. So he says he's running Belfast half marathon on Sunday. So best of luck, Ryan, for that. I've got no idea about the weather forecast or anything, if it's going to be a warm one or a windy one.
No, I have no idea what the course is like.
No.
Don't know anything.
But I think it was Ryan that said he ran the Belfast Marathon last year, and I think he said there was a monster of a hill that, like, basically just you think you're on for a PB, a bit like me at Leeds, and then all of a sudden you're walking the last 5-6 mile. So I think it's one of them. But best of luck for the half, and he says he's in training for the Galway full marathon in 2 weeks. He said he's got 15 on his plan. So he's going to run 2 miles before, and then he's going to run to the start line, and he's going to reset his watch and then do the half.
Nice.
So that's what he's planning on to do. So I think it's a good way to get your volume in, isn't it? Doing a little warm up before your race, or a cool down, or however you want to do it. But it's a really good way to get your volume in. Have you ever been to Galway?
No.
In Ireland?
No, I've never been to Ireland.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, wow. There's so many amazing places to go to go and visit. And we went to both those places on it's our honeymoon, actually, Laura's and I. We went for our honeymoon in Ireland, and we went Belfast first, because that's where we got the ferry over to. And then we ended up sort of going around Ireland in like a clockwise direction. And then we got up to Galway towards the end of our trip. And Galway is just so charming. It's just such a beautiful part of Ireland. And what an amazing place that would be to run around. But it's part of the Wild Atlantic Way. And as the name of it suggests, if the winds are bad, if the westerly winds are bad, I'm pretty sure a lot of that route runs out on the exposed coastal paths and the paths that go out on the Atlantic Ocean. That would be brutal. So if it's hilly in Galway on marathon day, that would be really, really tough. But the amazing place of Galway would probably take the edge off. So all the best, Ryan, for the half Sunday.
Best of luck, mate.
And
Run
if we
well.
don't speak before the Galway Marathon. Yeah.
Right. After that, we will go to last weekend, and yes. So quite a few people we know were running, as well as you, at the annual Worcester City Runs, which is both a 10K and a half marathon. But you were doing the half.
I always do the half. It's because the first race I ever did in my life. And I can't not run the half. I have to do the half every year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that the one where you were telling us about what minute miles you needed to run to get the target you wanted, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you watch that? Did I make a video on that once? I can't remember if I ever made a video on my first ever Worcester. Do you know I didn't? I wish I'd have filmed that video, because that was my first ever race. And yes, I would have been a miler back then.
Yeah.
And I think I actually missed out by 28 seconds. I did 2 hours, 28 seconds the first time I did it, which was 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was the second year that you were filming, and you did that little bit that I clipped a few weeks back, where you were talking about minute miling, because you were telling me how much better kilometres were, but you were a miles man.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about. No, it's until you got brainwashed by the kilometre cult.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the cult.
Anyway, so Worcester City Runs. So shall we go through the 10K and the people that we know that were running the 10K first?
Yes, I've got some results here somewhere. But yeah, so we've got... No, I've just been looking at the blooming Alvero. If anybody wants to know anything about the Alvero Marathon in Portugal, I can let you know. No, I'll just quickly. I don't know if you've got any written down or not, because I'm struggling here, because I've got
the website up though. I've got the website.
Okay, right, I've got it now. Yeah.
Yeah. And people. Cole Healy was back running, which is good, because I think he's been injured recently, so he's getting back into it, which is good. So he was running, and he ran a 34:31, which is good. Who else did we see? Wayne Watkins, one of fellow BNR runners, ran 36:09, so that was good work from him. Who else? There was several BNR runners. Fraser Slade, one of my mates from Alfchurch, he ran 36:40, so he's getting back into shape, because he's been struggling again with a few niggles and stuff recently, so it's good to see him getting back in shape. Adam McElravy ran a 36:51, which is ace. Nick Dale, 37:31. Will Noyce, 37:33. Who else can I see in here? And then we got Beardy Rich, who ran.
Rich, of course.
Who ran 38:14,
PB, baby.
Yeah, which is a good run. Although apparently he didn't appear on the new "It's Still On" Andy segment, so
He was
I'm not
gutted. Yeah,
sure. I'm not sure whether he's cut the course, and that's why he's got
yeah,
a PB. I reckon
yeah. I
he's
think he
cheated.
has. He's done the old finish. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Like I'm having 30 seconds here.
Yeah. And then, can you think of anyone else?
Yeah, we've got Mac and Jazz and Chris
Ah,
who did
yes.
it. So Chris, I'm pretty sure, has just released a video today, and he got a PB. He got 55, 56, so just under the 56 time, and so he did well. He did really well.
Good.
And then Jazz, off of Jazz and Mac Ashworth, off of Mac Tracks. So I don't know, is she Jasmine or Jazz? Let's have a look. Jasmine.
She got a PB as well, didn't she?
There she is, yeah. There were 4 Jasmines that entered the race. So she got 105. 105.10.
Yeah, and she ran a 5K and 10K PB in that 10K. The week after running a half marathon PB at Great North Run.
What a legend. So that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
So she ran with Mac, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've just found as well on the 10K results, Merv Wignall.
Yeah.
He ran 40:15.
Yeah, Merv said he was gutted because, and a lot of us thought the same, the boards weren't marrying up with our watches. So you'd get to a timing point and you'd be like, oh, really? Am I at 5K? My watch says I'm at 4.8 or something like that. So I think he ran to pace on his watch, and I think he did the dreaded, I'm going to try and lock into 3:59s.
Yeah.
Which I think he did. I haven't looked at his splits, but knowing Merv, he's pretty Mr. Consistent. That's probably what he did.
Yeah.
And I think he just, his watch did him dirty, and he got in and thought, I think he was like, what's going on here? I think his watch was telling me he's got 200 metres to go, and he's not even at Worcester Bridge yet. And he's like, what, I've got to do all that in 15 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
So he did 40:16, didn't he?
But he did well with, because he's having some trouble with his knee, isn't he? So
yeah, and it was a massive minute and a half PB for him.
Yeah, so yeah, he did really well.
Yeah.
And then in the half, we had AQ from Q on the Run. He smashed it out the park because he told me he's in training for Chester Marathon, but he's had a bit of problems with his knee, the same knee he had his operation on a while back, and he's had a few issues with that, so he had to stop running, and he didn't run for 3 weeks, and then the week before Worcester Half started running again, so he'd done a few runs, and then goes and run a 1:16.
Absolutely
crazy. Which is fantastic.
He looked good though. I mean, I saw him before when he came and said hi, which was really cool. And I was chatting to Sam and Ben Bauer at the time, and he said, I'm probably just going to go off at marathon pace, which is about 6:10s. Me and Sam and Ben were like, we can't even run a 5K at that. And he said, and then I'll probably just, kick it down into 6 minutes if I can. Knowing full well that he could. Well, he obviously didn't, because he's like, I don't know how my knee's going to hold. But what a performance.
Yeah, awesome work there. And then Ryan Baker from Ray's Adventures, he ran his first Worcester Half, and he ran a 1:17.51, which is a great run. He said he was disappointed with that at the end, which I can understand because his PB is a lot faster than that, but it's still a great time to run a half in. Kieran Deegan, the Worcester Kipchoge, as you call him, he ran a 1:18.05. So I think that is a PB, because last year when we both ran it, he's ran a bit quicker than last year's time. So I think that is a PB for Kieran, which is awesome work. Kieran McMahon, who is a lad from Redditch, he ran a 1:18:25. So that's some awesome running. And I know we had some other people as well. I'm just trying to look out for their names. But what is crazy is, I was talking to you about this, weren't I, on Sunday? Last year, I came 13th overall last year, and I ran a 1:18. What did I run? 1:18:13, something like that. Was it? Was one? No. That was my time from Warwick. I ran a 1:18 high, didn't I? 1:18:50 something. So just under 1:19. So 1:18:50. And I came 13th overall. This year, 13th overall, ran 1:15:19.
Just shows that. I mean, it's sold out this year about, I don't know, 2 months before the race. So I feel like there's more and more people are realising what a good race it is and a fast race it is.
So running the time I ran last year, I would have come 35th this year.
Yeah.
And I came 13th last year. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is mad.
Yeah. Who else did we know that was doing the half?
So we met Tina and Nathan, didn't we?
Yes.
Tina Ashdown.
We did.
So Tina did 1:39:02,
which was a PB.
Which was a massive PB.
Yeah.
And Nathan, I'm just going to have a look at Nathan. I don't know his surname, but I think it's Nathan Keast, and he ran 1:41. So
nice.
Tina's the queen of the house. Tina's got their bragging rights for another year.
But I think
lovely to meet them.
Yeah, it was. I think Nathan ran something like a 6-minute PB though. So that's
he did.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, he did really, really well. So well done to those guys.
Yeah, amazing work. Henry Pugh, he ran a 1:24:53, but I'm pretty sure he did that as a workout, didn't he, for ready for Berlin?
Yeah, he's at Berlin, isn't he? Yeah, so he came surging past me doing one of his ons at 5 miles, and he just was like a straight past me,
like a gazelle.
Yeah. So that was he did well. I don't know how Aveen did. I think she might have done the 10K though. I think she did. She might have done a PB. So I just typed her in, and she did 42:50 for the 10K. So I think that might have been a PB for her as well. So yeah, she did. Yeah, she 11th woman she finished.
Excellent.
No, 16th. 16th, sorry.
Who have we got? Donato. He ran a 1:29:01. So that's a great run.
At the start, I met a guy called Ian Booth, who I've sort of met through the channel really over the last 12 months or so, and we keep seeing each other at parkruns and races and stuff. And he finally did his sub 20 not long ago, and he was going for a sub 1:35, and he did 1:32:07.
Excellent.
And I saw him with not long to go in the half, and it's really, really good seeing Ian. And considering he wanted his 1:35, he did really well. 1:32, yeah.
Did you start quite far behind Neil Leggett Lee?
I did. Why do you ask?
Well, you've beat him on the official results by 1 second. But he came across the line about, 20 seconds before you.
Yeah, basically the start was a bit of a mess, really. A combination of a little bit of a rush and me not being in the right place early enough. And I felt like they set us off a bit early. And there was a bit of a... You know what it's like trying to funnel into that race? It's a nightmare trying to get towards the front, isn't it? And me, Sam and Ben saw everyone going. We were like... We felt like we'd got ages, so we were taking our time. Then all of a sudden, we were with the 2.5 hour. I think we saw the 2.5 hour flag or the 2 hour 15 or something. And everyone started running. I was like, what are we doing? So then, literally, I wanted 7-minute mile, and to try and catch up, I think I over egged the pudding. I think I did a 6:38 first mile when I got to the first mile marker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so worried about running in the back of the pack that I just ran on the pavement and just bolted up. And then on the second mile, or after a mile and a half, I saw Lee and Dan running together, and I sort of surged to catch up with them and ran around the uni for a good, 4 or 5 mile.
Yeah.
So that explains why somehow I managed to beat Lee.
Yeah, because I was stood on that first straight from the start. I was stood there with Andy Goldsby, and his wife was running the half, and we were stood, and I started filming when the first runners came past me, and I was like, "Where's Andy? Where's Andy? Where's Andy?" And loads of people went past, and then all of a sudden you came, and I just turned to Andy and went, "He's made a right mistake there, starting that far back." Really? And then as you passed us, that's when you jumped up on the pavement to try and get round people and all sorts.
Yeah. I was panicking a bit.
Yeah.
But speaking of Andy, I know Andy was there supporting, because he wasn't well enough to actually run the race.
No, he wasn't. He was going to pace his wife, but he decided just to let her run it on her own. Yeah.
But yeah, so massive congratulations to his wife Claire.
Yep.
Who ran a really good race. So it must have been amazing to see Claire get the half marathon. But I love the banter of Mom just taking the mickey out of Andy, just saying, like, Andy was like, "Oh, I'm sure she's really upset that that I can't pace her." Mum's like, "No, I'm sure she's delighted, mate."
Yeah.
Because you won't be cracking the whip and taking all her glory.
Yeah.
So
I did say to him, are you looking forward to a bit of fisticuffs if there's no medals at the end?
He was going to take everyone out, wasn't he? If there was no medals, he would have.
And hopefully he managed to catch his wife coming out, into and out of Pitchcroft, because we were stood on that first straight, and he got his phone out to film her coming past, and he was like, "Right, she'll be coming any second. Yeah, where is she? And then every runner went past, and he went, "I've missed her. I've missed her." And he just started talking to his phone and going, "We'll have to look back at the footage. I'm sure I've got you on here, but I don't know."
Because of the law of averages, she's in there somewhere. I'm sure she's in there somewhere. Oh, there you are. I don't have a clue where she is. Yeah. Well done, Claire. That's
amazing work.
I'm sure that felt like a very well-earned medal, so well done.
Yeah. But just to mention them, Lee Neal, Leggett Lee, hasn't run a half for a long time, has done hardly any training, and he ran a 1:31:01. Every time he came past me, because I kept on going to all of the spots to try and catch you coming, and I'd get to the next viewing spot just as Lee was coming past, because he was a bit ahead of you towards the end of the race. And every time he spoke to me, but what he said got shorter and shorter at each time I saw him. And then when I saw him on the bridge at the last time, he just went, "This is a lot harder than what I remember." And which was brilliant. And then he grabbed his flag to go across the finish line.
Oh, he loves the flag, doesn't he, Lee? Yeah.
He does, yeah. And then his brother, Dan, he ran a 1:31:22.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is great. And then, obviously, you were running. So tell us about your race and how it all went.
I got off to a bad start. You've heard that. I really wanted to not have any stress in the morning and just, seamlessly start the race without any panic and not skyrocket my heart rate straight away. Well, that didn't happen. Because I was no joke, I was sprinting within the first 400 meters to try and get to a part of, to get to the pack where I wanted to be. And I was thinking, I'm going to pay for this, aren't I? I'm going to pay for this. But I was feeling so impatient and so worried about the clustering of people that I just wanted to get as far forward in the race as I could. So whether that was a good, decision or not. And I do remember getting towards the end of that surge and seeing the first mile pop up at 6:38 and thinking, this isn't far off my 10k pace here. What are you doing? I might have gone a bit too fast. And yeah. But anyway, I managed to do it.
What were you aiming for? So what were you aiming for in that race? Yeah, which would have brought you in at a...
Yeah, I wanted a PB, which is 1:32 or 1:31:59 or below, which would have been about a 7-minute mile, about a 4:20 a K. So that's what I was doing. Obviously, I'm splitting my race into kilometres. So I wanted to try and just go out at PB pace. And then if I've got anything towards the end, obviously I know the course well. I know where I can hold back and where I can kick, where I can try and kick on. So yeah, I'm running the first 4 or 5 miles with the Neal brothers. With Ad was doing the 10k. He didn't get in the half because he didn't get in time, so he had to do the 10k. So I was running with Dan and Ad, who were basically saying the same sort of thing, that like, you know, we know we're not going to run our fastest half today. So as long as we get something between 1:30 and 1:35, we'll be happy. And I was just happy to sit with them for a while. And it was just really good. That really helped settle the nerves. I mean, I know it's not the best advice to be chatting away to people during a PB attempt. Yeah. But in the same breath, Lee and Dan are just absolute legends. And it was just so nice to just have a chatty kind of few miles with them. And, you know, it just felt like we were down the pub drinking 0% beers. It just felt like we were just chatting about all sorts, and it really helped settle me anyway. And then we got the first university loop done, and then you come down onto the Pitchcroft, which is where we do the Parkrun, and then we've got one circuit of the Parkrun to do. And then I don't know what it was, but entering Pitchcroft and leaving Pitchcroft felt like a completely different race. So coming up to 5 miles and then getting to about 6.5 miles. So that 1.5 miles was when I really felt the turning point or the tipping point of the race. And the chatting had stopped. Our little pack of 3 completely broke up. And Dan and Lee sort of moved on a bit, and I'd sort of said, yeah, let's all just do our own thing and maybe stop talking so much. Or one of them said that, maybe let's stop chatting, lads, and actually start trying. And that's what we did, because as soon as you come out of Pitchcroft, you've got that little hill, which is it's not a steep hill, but it's enough to feel it, especially at 5 or 6 miles. And that's when I saw you for the first time, or the second time, because I'd just seen you going over the bridge. And then I sort of said to myself, right, okay, we've just done 10k. This is where the race really starts. And I think I needed 21:45 for a 5k. And I think I'd hit, what would that have been? 22. So just 43.5 minutes. I think that's what I did for the 10k. So I knew I was on pace. And then there's no halfway official split, so I couldn't really say for sure if I was on or off pace, but I knew I was there or thereabouts. And by now, I was in it now. I wasn't in the mood for chatting. I was just in the mood for just staying in the game. And the city centre miles went by quite quickly. Because that city centre section, which is like the middle third, the first third is the university and the Parkrun bit. The middle third is, say, for example, the city centre bit, which is the windy, twisty streets of the city centre where you don't know you're coming or going because you turn around back on yourself and left and right every 200 yards. And then the final third is the river section, the where I do all my training. And all right, Bobes, have you come to settle in for my story time of the Worcester half? And I managed to get. This is where I saw Ian Booth, and I saw him just running past Nando's. And I said to Ian, we've got one more hill, and then that's the last one done. And I don't know if that was words of encouragement to him, or he just thought, I'm not trusting you, I know what you're like. But that was actual truth. So that little hill that you run up just past the cathedral, as soon as you run up that, you've only got a couple of little slight metre or two of elevation over some canal bridges and river bridges, but that's it. So we got to 9 miles, I think, and now I'm on the river path, which is where I know so well. And that's where I started to think, right, if I can just try and move through the gears, don't leave it to the last 800 or 400 to need to do a sub 3 minute 800. Don't let that happen, because you might not have that in you. So let's just move forward a bit, try and take a few bibs, try and take a few people, and keep going. And I tell you what was spurred me on. At 10 miles, there was a Western Tempo female runner who was doing my head in because she had Alpha Fly 3s on, and she had the slappiest cadence I've ever heard. And those things aren't quiet at the best of times.
No.
But I was like, I'm either going to have to go 5k pace here or let you go, because I can't handle this. Normally, someone's cadence behind you is good motivation, but fortunately, she cracked on, and I was never been so happy to be overtaken in my life. But then we did the little out and back bit round by the industrial estate, and then I thought, right, this is the final mile now. So we got over Diglis Bridge, down the river path. My camera conks out. I'm thinking, I think the PB could be on here, and I'm not going to be able to film it. Which is, I hate the way of this modern way of thinking, or my way of thinking. But I'm thinking, right, my only hope is on that bridge. It's Brett, and I know he's got to be in prime location. So we come round that corner, and I thought, right, I know this change. They've changed the course slightly, and I'm looking at my watch. Oh, by the way, I wanted to be at 10 miles, sub 1 hour 10. I got to 10 miles at 1:08:43, and I'm thinking either I'm going lightning fast here or the course isn't right, because my watch is telling me that I'm on PB pace just ahead of it. So I thought, right, I'll choose to believe that I'm running lightning fast, and I'll just not slow down. Then I got to that last corner, which is about 400, 600 to go. And I realise I've run out of battery, so I just sort of say, "Mate, I need your camera," and you just handed it over.
You robbed me on the bridge.
I know, like a tourist with the fear of God in his eyes, getting mugged in London. Yeah, here you go, take it, but please don't hurt me.
Yeah,
and your camera was rolling, which was amazing. And I was like, right, I really just wanted to film this last little bit. I still haven't looked back over it yet. But I remember seeing you and thinking, right, I know I haven't got far to go here. This is where I would normally go. So let's just start going. And I realised 200 metres later, Dan was starting to overtake me back, because I'd just overtaken Dan Neal.
Yeah.
And I could hear him over. I was like, oh God, I've gone too early. And I think I even said to myself, I feel sick. I'm going to be sick. Because I was like, I've still got ages to go and I've got nothing. But fortunately, I got that bit of the bus route done, which is slightly uphill. But then I started to see the river again and see that right turn and know that I'm nearly on the finish line straight. And then, I could feel Dan's footsteps behind me, and I thought, right, I know he's going to go, so let's just both go as hard as we can. And after that, I can't really remember a lot. I just ran as hard as I physically could and crossed the line. And by the way, my watch measured short, so I was a bit gutted about that, because I really wanted the complete split. But I crossed the line with a time, bear in mind I wanted 1:32. I did 1:31:01. So it was a 59 second PB, and which equates
on the official results. Yours does say 1:31:00.
Yeah.
0.5.
So it's rounded up to.
It's rounded up to 1 second, but it says 1:31:00. So.
Yeah, that's bad. Either way, it's bad. It's not 1:30, is it?
Well, yeah, you've done it again. You've done the typical. Yeah, typical Andy Maguire, and not gone just under. You've gone exactly on, or 1 second over. Yeah,
I know. But yeah, so I managed to get over the line and with a PB, and I remember him feeling really, really good.
Amazing.
And the Alpha Fly ones were just such a brilliant shoe for me, and they felt great the whole way through. And they're great for a final kick. They feel good at cruisy marathon and half marathon pace. So even though I've done a fair few runs in them and races in them, and people have bled in them before, they've got a real history. They still feel good, and yeah, just absolutely delighted with that. And I know that another minute, as not as much as it sounds, will be quite an effort to try and improve on.
Yeah,
so
what's that?
What's that?
Got to
3
do
seconds
what
a
you
mile?
did. Yeah, you've got to do what you did last weekend again.
Yeah.
Take another minute off. So what? Hang on. About 4 seconds a mile, isn't it? Just over 4 seconds a mile.
It's about 2 or 3 seconds a K, I think, because I need 4:14s really, and I think I did about 4:18 or 4:17 a K. Yeah. So
I'm going to find out exactly for you. So whilst you're talking, I'm going to find out
what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know a sub 3 is obviously 6:50, isn't it, or 6:51? It's 4:15 a K.
So you ran a
131 flat, or let's say 131.01. And I wanted 7-minute miles. I wanted 4:20 a K. I think it's about 6:56, maybe.
So 4:16 a K will get you 1:29.47. Is 4:16 a K, and 1:31.04 is 4:19 a K. So yeah, you need 3 seconds a K, and that will get you well under 1:30.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. So on race day in Bruges, I know I just need to try and even split it, I think. And I said this to Lee, and we were sort of chatting about this on the race. We're saying if I positive split, I don't feel bad about that anymore, because now I'm at a point where a PB is a PB, and it's like if I have to go out hard and get a bit of time in my legs because I know I'm going to find the second half hard, then that's the way it has to be. So, or if I know I need to go out fast to try and get away from the congested start, then that's what I have to do. So in Bruges, the marathoners go out with the half marathoners, which is probably good for the half marathoners, but not so good for the marathoners.
Yeah.
And we do a complete circuit, and I think there are lots of long straights along canals, mainly canals really. So I think it's going to play into my hands. I think it will be a fast course, and I looked it up, and it's only 30 metres of elevation, maybe 40, which
awesome.
is just around about 100 foot. So I think I can do well. I think I can do it. In fact, I'm going to back myself to do it. I am going to back myself to do it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm just really excited. I've just got to not eat too much cheese.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. How many weeks have you got before that race?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks tomorrow.
And
yeah.
How long ago did you start training again?
It's like in total it'll be 8 weeks from race to start.
But what I mean is, before Worcester half, how many weeks did you have of actual training?
4 weeks.
So you've had 4 weeks and you've knocked 60 seconds off your half time.
Yeah.
So you've got another 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Before Bruges.
Weeks. Yeah.
But you've had another week of training since Worcester half. So you'll have 4 weeks to knock another 60 seconds off. So if you've done 60 seconds in 4 weeks, you've then got 4 weeks, another 60 seconds. You're going to do it.
I do. I needed this race though, because I haven't had a PB for a long time, and there's nothing like a PB to inflate your ego, and it does the world of good for your confidence. But it's just that feeling of knowing that I can do something hard.
Yeah.
The river run was completely different, because that was just all about stubbornness. This is something else. When you run to the clock and you run to try and beat yourself, that's a different beast. And when you do it, you think, no, I can push myself even more. You finish and you think, yeah, I can do that more. I can do that faster. And I know I can do it because I've done it before, and I will do it again. I've just got to believe in myself and make some good choices on the day, and I think I'll be able to do it. So,
Yeah. I think
yeah.
you will. I
So
think you've got. I think you've got it in the bag, dude.
I wouldn't say it's in the bag,
Well,
but
I believe in you. You've got it in the bag.
I think it will be tight. I wouldn't expect me to run a 126 or a 127. I think it'll be 129 something, but I'm hoping it's more likely closer to the other side of the 30 rather than the squeaky bum side of
Yeah.
the final 30 seconds of the minute. But yeah, we'll see. And Bruce looks like a good race. It looks like a fast race. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've just realised I didn't say Adam Neal's 10k time, which when I spoke to him afterwards, because he's not been training a huge amount recently, and I know he's run a sub 40 10k, but as part of a half marathon, so he's not claiming it as his 10k time, and he ran 42:01. He did a U on it.
Really? Fair play, Ad.
So yeah. Yeah, far too many people running exactly on the minute or 1 second over.
Yeah.
If you'd have just tried harder, you wouldn't.
The winner, by the way, I think it must be a course record. But can they call it a course record if the course has changed? But the winner of the half did it in 108.
Yeah, it's fast, isn't it?
Nearly 107. 108.02 he did. Well, no, 108.01 chip time. And he's called James Cook, and he was from Brighton, Phoenix.
108.01.
Yeah.
If you'd have just tried harder.
It's something about Worcester, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. What was the winner of the 10k, by the way? I can tell you now. I've got it here. 31:21.
Yeah.
And that was Charlie Jones from Western Tempo.
Yeah, that's quick, isn't it?
Second was a Birchfield Harrier. James Vaughan. But he was nearly a minute behind. 32:13. So, fair play. Robbie Campbell was in the top. He was 13th. He's a Worcester lad.
Yeah.
That's a 34:10 he ran.
Although he's not down as Worcester AC.
No, he's not, is he? Yeah, that's strange. But he was the captain last year, so yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he's still part of your club.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was and next year it clashes with the Great North Run.
Oh no! What are you going to do?
Well, for me, there's only one race I'm going to do.
And is that running down dual carriageways? Yeah.
No, that is definitely not.
I know, I'm joking.
That is not the Great North Run. It's as much as I love it, and as much as I always say I'm going to be there, I'm going to save myself a 9-hour journey and do Worcester.
Yeah.
And I feel like it might be time for me to pass the torch and let someone else have my place, because I've done it a few times now. And the Worcester race is so good anyway. And I can't... I'm doing a Chloe on it. Every time I've done that race, I've done it faster than the year before. So next year, hopefully I'll be inside 130
Which
again.
means, I was going to say, if you break 130 in Bruges, that means you're going to be miles below 130 next year at Worcester.
Well, I'll have to be. Yeah. So, yeah. See if that cross-country comes into its own.
Oh, definitely. That's going to be good for you, actually, because it's S&C in disguise.
Oh, really? Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to find me out on a Sunday morning, isn't it? It's going to be horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, so the only other thing we haven't chatted about yet, which is crazy that we haven't managed to at this point, an hour and 52 minutes in, is World Champs, which is happening. So probably we'll have to leave it till next week and have a proper chat through everything once the whole of the World Champs is finished, because obviously there's still a couple of days left of the World Champs, because it's 9 days of racing in total. So next week we'll be able to go through everything, but just some highlights that we saw and things that happened. One of the big ones was it Julia Patanane? What was her first name? Patanane, the Uruguayan who came third in the women's marathon.
I've got no idea.
Did you not see it?
I saw the race, but I didn't realise.
So
I didn't know who.
so there was a sprint
Name.
finish for 1 and 2, which was incredible to watch.
That was a brilliant ending. Yeah.
Yeah, their sprint at the end of the women's marathon was amazing. But
And the men's was ridiculous as well.
oh yeah. It was crazy. But in the end, Perez Chepchirchir won the marathon, just beating Tiggs de Sefer by 200ths of a second, which is crazy. At the end of a marathon, 200ths of a second. But in third was Julia Patanane, who was from Uruguay. And her parents and all of her family are from Uruguay. She was born in Mexico, but she grew up and has been living in the UK for most of her life. And she used to run for Coleridge and Cambridge club.
Did she?
Yeah. Right. But she was the last person on the women's marathon to qualify. So out of all the qualifying table, she was the last person on the qualifying list to be able to run the marathon. And she ends up coming third overall. Amazing. Which is incredible. And I don't know if you've seen the finish, but as she comes into the stadium, she's a bit confused because she thought she was in about 6th or 7th place. And she comes in and does the lap of the track. And as she's coming to the finish, she's looking around as if to say, do I need to go round again? Where are all the other finishers? There's only 2 people stood there. And as she crosses the finish line, she's like looking at the officials going, how much further do I need to go? And they're like, no, you've finished. And she's like, but there's only a couple of people. And then she realizes she's come third. And like the emotion on the finish line is incredible to watch.
She says here, I was terrified that wasn't the finish. I still thought maybe there was another 400 metres to go. I couldn't believe it. One of the officials had to tell me that I was done.
Yeah, it's incredible. Wow. The look on her face when she realises that she's finished and there's only 2 other people there and she's come third and won a world champs medal is crazy. So good. So yeah, if you do get a chance, go and have a look at the end of the women's marathon. The men's marathon was incredible as well. That finish, and can you believe the men's marathon? The difference in time between first and second in the men's marathon was smaller than the finish between first and second in the men's 100 meters.
No.
Yeah. So the final of the men's 100 meters.
Over 10 seconds,
First and second place was, I think, 5,000ths of a second difference.
Yeah.
And it was 2,000ths of a second in the men's marathon.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Which, is mad. So, Alphonse Simbu from Tanzania won it. Amanal Petros from Germany was second. And Ilias Awani. Oh man, that's a name. Awani. Yeah, Awani from Italy was third. But yeah, that was incredible to watch. Other highlights. Men's 1,500 meters.
Oh, Josh.
Incredible. I am absolutely over the moon and a little bit gutted at the same time for Jake Whiteman. To see his comeback after all of his injuries, to get to the point where he's getting a world champs medal again. And he was so close to making history and becoming the first ever person to win another gold medal in the men's 1,500 world champs. No one's ever done it before. And he was 200ths of a second off doing it. So incredible from Jake Whiteman. He looked good all the way through the champs. In the heats and the semis, he looked great, and he proved he was in good shape. He did exactly the same as he did in 2021, was it? When he won the world champs, went at 200 meters, took it on, got into the last 100 meters, managed to put another spurt in and pull away from everyone. But Nadir from Portugal, where his sprint came from, I have no idea. He was like a speed bullet train coming down the finish, and just did Jake on the line, which was ace. And I saw an interview with him actually, Nadir, and somebody asked him and said, everybody was shocked by you winning, and it was a surprise for everyone. What did you think? And he went, yeah, it probably was a surprise for everybody, and yeah, people were shocked with the fact I won, but not for me. I knew I was in good shape, and I know I could win it. So that was quite cool.
Amazing. Yeah.
But I was absolutely gutted, devastated for Josh Kerr. He'd been looking so good all year. Looked good in the heats, and then his calf went halfway round in the second lap.
Tried to carry on though, didn't he?
Oh, but
to his credit. Yeah.
And what's crazy is he ran what was it, about 700 meters, and then his calf popped, so he ran 2 laps with a calf which wasn't working properly, basically hopping and limping all the way around, and he still ran a 4:11, which is like what's that, about 45 seconds quicker than I can run a 1500 meters at full pelt. So fair play to him for finishing, but I was so gutted for him. I haven't seen any interviews or anything from him. I don't know if he's actually made a press release or anything about what happened, but he suffered a calf injury in the just after the second lap. So absolutely gutted, because he looked like he was going to do it, because obviously Ingebrigtsen went out in the heats. Cole Hocker got disqualified, so it was his for the taking, and then just his body didn't hold up. So do you put it down to too much racing throughout the year? Because he did Grand Slam track at the start of the year. Did he go a bit too hard at the start of the year? And his body hasn't taken all the load from the... I don't know. But gutted for him. But delighted for Jake Whiteman. The fact... there was one point where Jake Whiteman thought he was going to quit, because he was just struggling with so many injuries. And then at the start of this year, he changed coach. So he's always coached by his dad, Jeff Whiteman. And at the start of this year, they both decided, they had a discussion and said they needed to try something different. So Jake Whiteman left his dad as his coach and moved on to a new coach. Right. And then he's had a few problems throughout the year. He had a little niggle at the start of the year, so he couldn't race as much as he wanted. And then for British Champs, went down with an illness, so couldn't race British Champs, and there was some question marks around him. But he's come to World Champs and just proved that he was in shape, and he's a class act. So delighted.
Yeah, it was a good race, wasn't it? And he did look, considering where he was to where he is, he's done really well. So
but looking forward to the rest of the World Champs. We've got the women's 800 meters to look forward to with Keely Hodgkinson and Georgia Hunter-Bell. Max Bergin is through to the men's 800 meters final, and George Mills has got through to the 5,000 meter final, where Ingebrigtsen isn't looking great in that either, is he?
No. Oh, hang on. He qualified in 8th, didn't he?
He qualified, but he didn't look great in the 1,500 meters and went out in the heat. And he's just scraped through qualification in the 5,000 meters. So he doesn't look great, but is he holding himself back for the final, or is he just not in shape?
It's a brave move, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then maybe he's got his excuse already lined up. Oh, I'm not on top form. Yeah. That's why I didn't perform very well.
And the second heat that Ingebrigtsen was in was a lot slower than the first heat. I think the first heat they finished in 3:13, was it? Three teens, and then Jacobs was like 3:43 for the winner. So it was
Really?
a very much slower race. So yeah, we shall see.
We shall
But
see.
yeah, it should be exciting for the rest of the World Champs, and we'll talk about it fully next week.
Yeah. Look forward to it. Well, we've got a few comments and emails to read. I've got a couple of emails to
Let me
go through
grab
and some comments as well.
grab the comments. So we've got a couple of comments. First one is from Carl Bennett, and he said, "Once again, lads, thanks so much for the Parkrun in the Red Line Challenge. That was so much fun, and my new mug is proudly fueling my morning coffee addiction. All the best,
Amazing.
Carl." Cheers,
Nice
Carl.
one.
Yeah, I'm glad you are enjoying your prize. Next one is from the Sam Rules, and he says, "Hi both, loving the pod as always. Great to see you both at the Worcester City Runs on Sunday. Didn't get a chance to speak to Brett as he was on the phone as I was walking to the start line. I was on the phone to you, trying to find out where you were.
Oh, right, yeah.
You should have just stopped me. It doesn't matter that I was on the phone, Sam. You should have stopped me and said hello. But did get a chance to yell way louder than I intended at Andy mid-race. You might remember me. You might remember me as the bloke in the red Alpha Freeze who probably not as fast enough to really wear them. What a race it was. Smashed my PB from last month by just under 4 minutes.
Legend.
I've got a 1:45.36. Amazing.
Nice. Well, if this is Sam Goodall, who wrote on my Strava, amazing work, Andy. Well done. Sorry for yelling, "Come on, Andy, it's on!" at you so loudly. I really couldn't control the volume of my voice mid-race. Sam, you put a smile on my face, and you gave me some motivation to get my race done. So cheers, mate. Always happy to get that shout.
He says the support really was brilliant. I think due to the course looping through the city centre so much, but it really helped me keep pushing. Looking at my splits, I only had one slightly bad kilometre at 18k and got back up to pace afterwards. So I'm really pleased. A race for every year, I think. Keep up the good work. Hope to see you back running soon, Brett. Cheers, Sam. So awesome.
Nice
Cheers,
one, Sam.
That's ace. And then the last one is from the Bulldog Runner. And they say, Parkrun in the red line idea for the next one. Do it as a percentage off the PB. So 30 seconds off a 17-minute PB is better than 31 seconds off a 35-minute PB. Now, the Bulldog Runner, I'll let you into a secret.
Yeah.
Originally, we were going to do it off percentage, but we couldn't be bothered to do the maths. So we went off seconds instead.
Yeah, it's easier.
So yes, we were originally going to do it off percentage to make it more even. But yeah, when we started looking at the maths, we just couldn't be bothered. So maybe for next time, we will do it off percentage when we've can work out a algorithm or something that can do the maths for us.
It's probably a slightly fairer playing field for faster folk if we did it off, percentage. But we felt that there are a lot of people who listen to this podcast who are maybe at the middle and towards the back of the pack that feel maybe unrepresented, or they don't really get a shout out much in the podcast. So it was very much, a nod to the people who we don't mention so much that can have their moment to shine on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but maybe we can consider that next year if we can be bothered to do it. if
Brilliant.
Well, we've had an email. If you don't mind me just reading this, this is a follow up from our mate Conrad, who's put the title as Langdale Half, Hillius Chuff.
Oh yes,
probably sounds better in a Yorkshire accent. Ilias Chuff. And he says, "Hi Brett and Andy, you might remember that I mailed in last week about entering the Langdale Half by mistake. Well, I went out and ran it, and what a great day. Despite living in West Yorkshire, I don't get up to the lakes very often, so driving through places like Windermere was already pretty awesome. But when I arrived at Race HQ, wow, set in the foot of some pretty breathtaking mountains, I knew that this was going to be a road race like no other. I wasn't going for a PB. You'd have been mad to run a PB on that course, but rather using it as a solid effort long run as I head towards the York Marathon in 5 weeks' time. And thank goodness I wasn't racing it. I usually pride myself on my pacing, but this was a race that was impossible to pace. Why, I hear you ask? Well, as Andy correctly predicted, it was hilly. The first 1K was sort of flat, but that was it. At the mile mark came a hill that made me laugh out loud. It was a 1 to 3 gradient, 33% in places, and over a mile long. It's the first time I've ever known the entire field of runners walk in a road race. I tried to run the hill, but after a few hundred metres, my heart rate was in zone 4 and breathing was the same as when I just completed a difficult hill interval session. The race continued like that for the next 12 miles, up, down, with almost no flat. And it was bloody brilliant. I loved every second. With no chance of having a proper pacing strategy, I just tried to make it to the top of the hill without dying. The marshals, to the top of each hill without dying. The marshals were amazing, the views were spectacular, and the sense of achievement at the end was incredible. The race instantly went into my top 5, and very possibly my top 3 in terms of how good an experience it was. With a field of 350-ish, some of whom were doing 2 laps for the marathon, it suited me down to the ground. Small enough not to be overwhelming, but big enough to feel like a proper race. I will definitely be back, and Andy, if you're in need of some excellent YouTube content, I'd highly recommend it. Perhaps the only thing that I'd suggest is the organisers might like to change is the fact that despite our bibs having a chip in them, and despite there being a time amount at the start, my official time is 20 seconds over my watch time. I queried this to be told that they do all their races by gun time. Not sure why, but as I was only doing it as a training run, it didn't really matter. One thing to note, I ran 1:47.22, 12 minutes off my PB, but a minute quicker than my first half marathon 3 years ago, which was Pancake Flat, and where I finished in a right old state. It was a massive boost having a good race. I felt pretty strong throughout, apart from that hill, and overtook people here and there all the way to the finish. One thing to note, at a time when the big events are getting harder to get a place in and charging ever more than exorbitant race fees, did you see, by the way, that the Great North Run just reduced membership to 2 years down from 5? The £40 I paid for this race felt like it was worth every penny. Sorry for the long email, but I wanted to try and get across how fantastic the race was. And P.S. I've been struggling to know what shoe to use for the York Marathon. I've never really gotten on with any super shoes, and I've tried all manner of non-plated shoes in the past. And after this weekend, I've decided to trust my trusty Puma DV8 Nitro 3s. Plated trainer that I hope will get me round York in a sub 3:30, which would be a PB. Wow, nice one, Con. What a comprehensive overview of that race. Amazing to hear you do so well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's well good. Yeah. Talking of hills, do you fancy at some point over winter? There's normally 5 races, and I think they do them October, November, December, January, February. Do you fancy doing one of the Ilmington Winter Series races?
Well, on my Timber Hunger 10K video, I got trolled by Gary Manders. He said this is flat compared to Ilmington or something like that. So Gary's the hill of Timber Hunger isn't enough for Gary. So maybe I need to do it to prove to him that I can actually run on hills. Yeah, because I would be really interested to try it. Yeah.
Yeah, I fancy doing the Ilmington race again, just because I've never broke 40 minutes there, and I'd love to try and break 40 minutes at the race. So it's a tough one though.
You've never broke 40 minutes in that 10K?
No.
Wow, it must be hard.
So basically, it's you set off when it's the normal way round. You set off and you go down a kilometre, which is quite undulating. Turn left, and there's hill for as far as you can see, and it's basically a 2 kilometre uphill, really steep. God. And you get to the highest point in Worcestershire, I think it is.
Right.
And then
it'll be Warwickshire, probably, won't it?
Oh, sorry, Warwickshire. Yeah, highest point in Warwickshire. And and then from there you go down what you've just come up in a kilometre.
Yeah.
So really steep downhill, and then
Yeah.
much flat, a little bit undulating for the rest of the race.
Okay, yeah. All right. If you can work out when that is, I'll be well up for that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Right. We've just had one more email from Dan Dan
Cool.
Hunt, and he says, "Hi Brett and Andy, or is it Andy and Brett? No favouritism. Just want to say the podcast is great, even if it is 80% about aliens. I've been late to the show listening from April last year, where you keep me company on my long runs for Boston Marathon training. The UK, not the US, but I ended up injured and had to pull out. I'm catching back up as I'm at episode 51. That must be why we were talking about aliens, because of Area 51.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd ask now, as I know how great you are at keeping on top of the emails. Oh, Dan's having a right go. He's having a right pop, isn't he? He'll probably get this in about
he's not wrong.
6 years'
He's not
time. He's not wrong, no. This is mainly to Brett. I am asking advice on Adidas daily long run shoes. I've tried Pro 3s in the past, and I've got the Adidas Evos, but I want something like the Supernova. Maybe I've never tried them. I'm having a brand clash between Nike and Adidas at the moment. I've had Nike Invincibles and Nike Alpha Fly, but I am doing the Manchester Marathon and debating the Pro 4 or even the Pro 5 when it comes out. Mm-hmm. P.S. In case you haven't done it yet, Matt Haslam 100% needs to come on your podcast. He's a massive inspiration to me, as are both of you. Hope you keep up the pods and keep smashing out your running and PBs. Thanks, Dan. Well, yeah, mate. We'd love to get Matt on if he's not out.
We have spoke about that in the past, haven't we?
Smashing workouts, or driving buses.
Yeah, he's coming into some great form at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looking really, really impressive as well. He's looking like an elite runner. Yeah, he's just got such a incredible mindset. So yeah, maybe we'll have a conversation and we'll see if we can sort that out one day.
Yeah. On the Adidas shoes front, the Supernova. I've got the Supernova Prima, and the other one of those is Supernova Rise. They also do a Supernova Stride, but they are a supportive shoe. So if you're a neutral runner, stay away from the Stride. Both of them really nice cushioned shoes. The Prima is made so it's got the rocker in a bit more of an aggressive place. So it's they aim it at slightly faster runners. But both really comfy, really nice, plodding daily shoe. I use them though as my recovery and easy day shoe, whereas I use the Evo SL as my daily to go slightly quicker up to steady running, and then I've got different shoes for like sessions and stuff like that. But the Supernova, the Dream Strike cushioning, really nice. It's the only Adidas shoe that uses PIBA in their midsole. All the others are TPU.
Right.
But
cool.
No, good.
All right. Yeah, thanks for your email. Nice one, Dan. So I think it's time. Is it?
It is time for the... Actually, because you introduced the pod, do you want to do it?
Yeah, okay. So it is time for the... It's weird, isn't it? It is weird. See me lunging. The Strava segment.
Brilliant, like it. There we go. So
it's weird. It's weird doing it. Honestly, the whole thing's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why I started doing it like that. I just did, and it stuck. But there we go. Anyway, last week's Strava leaderboard. In first place, we have Ryan Gowan with 92.4 miles. Awesome work, Ryan. In second is Kyle Blacketer with 78.1 miles. And third is Nicholas Forsman with 73.7 miles. So, Ryan, you got to the top by quite a quite a gap there. So awesome work, but great work all three. In our climbing top three, in first place was Josh Hurtado with 7,766 foot. In second was Jack Blackburn with 5,456 foot. And in third was Ryan Gowan with 5,313 foot. So good work. And then on the ladies' side, in first place for our distance was Victoria Lee with 63.1 miles. In second, she's back, Dee Cook Rees with 44.6 miles. And in third was Chloe Hamard with 40 miles on the nose. Victoria's done the same as Ryan and got the gap quite big there. And then for our climbing, in first place was Ash Spedding with 3,839 foot. In second was Jackie Wilson with 3,140 foot. And in third was Lisa Thomas with 2,343 foot. So good. Amazing work by everybody.
I've just remembered one last thing I forgot to mention. Sorry, congratulations everybody. That was amazing. Great run, everyone. I forgot to mention the Bowers. There was a Battle of the Bowers.
Oh, yes.
For the half marathon. And there was a sprint. There was a final kick.
There was.
So for those of you that don't know Sam's brother, Ben is... We ran the Great North Run together the week before. Ben is Sam's brother, and they're at a similar sort of pace. They ran the whole thing together. The whole half marathon together. There was 3 seconds in the chip time. And guess who won it? It was Sam the Meerkat Bauer. looking over his shoulder. He spends more time looking back than forwards. And he did it. Let's just have a quick look. He did it in I think they did 1:33. They did pretty well. So he did. Sam did 1:33.19, and Ben did 1:33.22. So Sam just out-kicked, but he couldn't quite beat the Andy Mag though. He didn't he didn't even know that he was in a race with me.
No,
I did say to him at the start, I think I'm going to try and go for about 1:32, and he said, you're on your own. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go for 1:35. So they just stayed ahead of the pacer and then just obviously kept rolling.
Yeah.
But Sam delighted to have got the W.
But down that finish straight, Sam was like go gadget neck, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He loves looking over his shoulder. But there's maybe there's a rematch on, because he's told me there's a 10K he's doing, which is a run-through event called the Brewers 10K. I think it's in Burton-on-Trent or somewhere. And that looks like a good race that Sam and I can have a good ding-dong on.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be the next instalment of our little race.
Excellent.
That I won't tell him about.
Yeah. Don't tell him you're racing until you've got to the finish. You go, I'll beat you.
You what? I'll beat you.
The race we're having. The whole race. Yeah.
Hang on. There's the knock on the door. Daisy's been released, which means, and she's let Laura shut the door behind her, which means it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Come here, Daisy. No, she's not bothered. Come here, mate. Come on. No, she's run off.
Brilliant. Right. So on that note, then we should probably say thank you very much for listening or watching. Here she is.
Here she comes.
Get that.
All right, Dave. Yeah. You
being put on from stage left. All right, Days.
All right, Days. Yeah, she's fine. She's all right.
Nice. All right, and right. So, thank you so much for listening or watching, and we shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.
See you later, guys.